I've read over 120 books this year, and I will say the majority of them are fantasy books. I'm definitely in my fantasy era, and these are my top 12. Yes, top 12. I could not decide top 10. As it was, I kept taking books on, off, but this is what I decided for my top 12. I should say that these are in no particular order except for the fact that my top 5 really are my top 5. So starting off the list is White Horse Black Knights. I absolutely love this entire God-Kissed Bride series. It is very Snow White-esque. It's a female who her power is she can talk to animals. The hunter comes to take her to the prince that she's supposed to be betrothed to, but he falls in love with her himself. So it's forbidden love, who did this to you, and all the wonderful things that I love. Next is Once Upon a Broken Heart, very fairy tale vibes, a cursed kiss, unless, of course, he finds his one true love. Yeah, I could live in this world forever. Next is the Shadowbound Queen series. It starts off with Court of Ravens and Ruin. I love the whole series. You have to read all 4 books. They are very short. You can fly through them. It is a girl who is rune marked. She can manipulate gold, and she is kidnapped and taken to the Shadow Knight Court by the Shadowbound Prince. And yeah, I absolutely love the whole thing. The plot was plotting, and I didn't guess any of the twists and turns or the ending. I freaking love the adventure. Six of Crows. This is found family, a heist, intricate writing. Leigh Bardugo, master storyteller. I don't know how she comes up with all the things she does, but I'm here for it, and I will go on any adventure that she writes. Blood Over Brighthaven, certainly a hidden gem this year. Hadn't heard a lot about it. It is very female empowerment. It is not a romantasy. It is the main character is the very first female to be inducted into the High Mage, and she comes in there and she's just way smarter than all the males that were put in there because of their privilege. She finds corruption and evil things happening, and she takes them on, and I'm here for the whole thing. It's just a book that is thought-provoking, and I'm never going to forget it. Hollow Heathens is writing that is poetry in novel form. Nicole Fiorina is just a beautiful writer. I love the whole thing. It takes place around Halloween. Everything's Halloween, which is my favorite thing. It's witchy vibes. It's a group of guys that are cursed heathens, and I'm here for the whole entire thing. I will probably reread it every October. I love it, and if you haven't read it yet, you definitely should. Of course, One Dark Window is on this list. I absolutely love this gothic, misty feel. So unique. The magic system, the nightmare in her head. I love the whole thing. And of course, it's just the duology, and it needed to just be the duology. But for me, I could have stayed lost in this world forever and ever. I still think about it all the time, and I'm pretty obsessed with it. But we've made it to my top 5. So coming in is The Sins of Silas by Kylie Snow. I adore this book. I love Lena. She is the main character in this story, and I identify so much with her. Something about her, you know, she very much doubts herself, and she can't see everything that everybody else can see, like how amazing she is. She just, her insecurities, I just found a home in, and I just identify with her and mistakes that she makes because of those insecurities. I love the whole thing. The spice was fun. Why choose, I say. I love the whole thing. The plot was great, and I didn't guess any of it. Kylie Snow, I love her writing, and I do need to get my trophy book. So, but for now, I'm putting it in the corner, but I do need to order my trophy book for my shelf. Next is Anathema, and this is a gothic fantasy romance masterpiece, I say. Masterpiece. I loved getting lost in this book. Carrie Lake's writing is very much like pulling you in little by little and taking you on a journey. I'm here for it. It's like getting lost in the forest, and I just never wanted to leave this book. Zavander in here is the male main character. He's very Rhysand vibes, and I'm here for it. I love the enemies to lovers. I love the kind of horror aspects in it. It was just such a fun, good, haunting time, and I can't wait for the next book whenever that comes out next year. Next is A Court of Mist and Fury. Yes, I started my ACOTAR journey this year, and I have not finished because it ran into fall season and I went to fall vibes, but this book in particular just really grabbed my heartstrings. I'm in love with Rhysand, as every other girl is in the entire world, but just the intricate plot and how all the pieces come together, just it like blew my mind, and I'm obsessed. Yeah, so of course it's in my top 5. Fourth Wing, of course it's on here. This book makes me want to just like hug it and love it, and yeah, this started my journey into the fantasy world, and I don't know what was I doing with my life before fantasy came into it, because literally those are my favorite books. That's where I found most at home, and it wouldn't be without this book that I even found my way to this genre. I love it. I love the dragons. I love Violet. I love Xaden. I love the whole freaking thing. And I can't wait for Onyx Storm. And yeah, I can't wait to get my heart crushed, as I'm sure it's going to happen. But anyways, yes. So of course, it's in my top 3. And last but certainly not least is Glow of the Everflame. I am obsessed with these books. This is the second book in the Kindred's Curse saga. It was Spark of the Everflame, Glow of the Everflame, and then Heat of the Everflame. I have read all 3 books, and the second one, it just has my heart. It grabbed it and it squeezed it, and I love it. The female main character, I love her. And yes, did she frustrate me and I wanted to be like this sometimes? Yes, but for some reason, I just identify with her character so much. I love the enemies to lovers. Prince Luther in here is one of my top book boyfriends. The plot was plotting. I loved it. I never know like where we're going. It has twists and turns. I love the whole thing, and I really cannot wait for the 4th book, which I'm sad because I think there's like no date announced yet. I think it was supposed to be May and then this fall, and clearly it's not out yet. So I'm just gonna have to, you know, patiently wait for the author to put out her next masterpiece. But truly, I freaking love these books, and these are my top 12 of the year of fantasy. Honestly, it took me a very long time. I was like switching books out, and then I recorded this once and was like, no, I need to fix it. So anyways, these are my top 12.